Welcome back. Now I'm joined by ANANDO, BANERJEE, production head Lakshya Digital, and I'll be talking to him about the future of the gaming industry, the current status, and a lot more. ANANDO, tell us, first of all, what's your favorite game?
I'm hooked on to this very minimalistic game on, I think it's available on both Android and iOS. It's called Desert Golfing.
All of a sudden, we have a whole range of games out there which we can play. It was not so always. The competition really started in the 90s, Nintendo fighting with Sega, and now here we are 20 years later and there is no dearth of games. What do you think is driving this change?
I think the democratization, if I can call it that, the democratization of the game publishing process has driven that. Right. And that in turn has been driven by the rise of, the App Store on one side and the Play Store on the other, right, which is the whole mobile platform that has come about. It's so much easier now for a small developer to make their own game and publish it. Yeah, even 10 years ago, you had to have a publisher. And a publisher would only cut a deal with you if they thought there was potential, right, if the marketing guys thought that there was enough dollars to be made. So,
have startups which have started coming into this space and have started sort of coming up with their own games, and because of like you said, democratization, there are a lot more games that they can publish on their own. To what extent that changes the role of different players in the industry?
So what that has done is that, I think, you'll know this, that the rise of the mobile platform has led to a certain amount of decline probably of the console platform, because the mobile platform has cannibalized some of the users from there.
Right. And console was always very niche, mostly because of reasons like high cost, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. So the typical console owner was probably a male aged between 14 and 21. Right. Now, with the democratization of this whole publishing process and with the rise of mobile devices as a gaming platform, anyone and everyone plays games. Aunts play games, grandmothers, yes, everyone plays. And actually, I would say that Facebook started this revolution, and right, Facebook made games more popular and more accessible
Candy Crush.
To what are called soccer moms, and people with typically women in their 30s with very little time, right, but who played games for that brief moment of relaxation or break from their daily monotony. Right. So first Facebook, and then the rise of the mobile platform, that's led to a creation of a new market, right, but also I think they've pulled they have pulled people from the console market as well.
Some of the things which you will want to tell people who want to join the industry?
I think this is an industry where there's huge potential moving forward. Yeah. The number of developers in India is going up. The number of good games coming out of India will go up exponentially in the years to come. Right. The gaming industry actually has its own conference in Pune every year. It's called the NASSCOM Game Developers Conference. And we are seeing, the number of people who come to the conference go up exponentially. The number of people who come and talk about their games go up exponentially. So this is a fun industry to work in. A lot of hard work. You need to be really, really skilled at what you do to get in.
But it's all set to explode.
All set, absolutely. All set to explode. All set to explode.
Thanks for talking to us, ANANDO. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Next up, the top 5 skill sets that you will need to make it big in the gaming industry.
For a successful career in the video game art business, the top 5 skills that I would like to talk about would be, the first one would be a passion for video games and game art. The second most important thing is, of course, artistic orientation. The third important skill, which of course is extremely important, is a basic knowledge about the video game art creation. How do you create? What is modeling? What is texturing? The fourth important skill, which is extremely important, is communication skills. Very, very important skill yet again for an artist would be to be patient and work in teams, as well as be a very good individual worker.